committee we're talking about is professional development and education. And this is, the purpose of it is to develop programs and project education to our NAWIC members about the construction industry, personal growth, professional growth. We also fundraise for scholarships, and we promote educational opportunities for our members to advance in their fields. The time required in this committee is about once a month, so roughly about 5 hours.
Not that meeting goes 5 hours. The meeting is only a part of that, but 5 hours for the month.
Okay. See, I didn't know how you did this. Okay, here we go. More, of course, when doing a fundraiser for the scholarships. They are requesting 4 to 6 members to be on their committee. And Rebecca, if you want to unmute yourself and talk about what y'all have in store, you and Stacy, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, so this year, Stacy Downs and I are co-chairing this committee. It's a little bit funky because of COVID. It makes it a little bit harder to do in-person things. So the fundraising aspect of it is, it's always like a work in progress. A couple of the main things that we're working on for this year is going to be to help continue to advocate and educate people about the certification courses that NAWIC offers, try to help encourage members to participate in those certification courses. We would like to try to network prospective course students with people that have already gone through it so that people can understand, well, what is this course about? What's the time commitment on it? What's the content that we're going to learn, that kind of thing. And we also are working on doing the fundraisers that we can do. So far we have planned to do some baskets. So we're going to try to develop some baskets that we can sell through a virtual method. If we ever get to do in-person meetings again, we can advertise and sell those baskets in person. The fundraising goes towards sponsoring or funding a scholarship that our chapter gives away each year. This year, we're looking at doing two $1,500 scholarships, and those are geared towards women it's geared towards women. Men can receive them if no women apply, but really towards women in this local area that are interested in pursuing an advanced degree or 4-year degree in something that relates to a construction, into the industry. So we have that. I know our committee also helps come up with some speakers. It's not solely on this committee's shoulders to come up with speakers, but obviously we're brainstorming that way too. So if we can come up with some good speakers that the rest of the group can use during chapter meetings or Zoom calls or anything like that, we're doing that as well. So does that cover everything, Andrea or Nicole? Andrea. I was gonna say, why are you saying Nicole, but you're Andrea?
But she's got the best Zoom stuff.
I guess so. Did that cover everything that we were talking about the other day?
Thanks. There's everything.
Yeah. Oh, I would say too that as far as the time commitment, it's going to be weighted heavier. At least last year, it was weighted a little bit heavier when it got towards like WIC Week or towards the actual scholarship or the fundraiser events. If it's outside of those times, it's likely going to just be Zoom calls. I live pretty much full time in Florida now, and Stacy's of course up there in Franklin. So I wouldn't expect a real heavy load on this from an in-person standpoint, except for when we're getting closer to the scholarship fundraising. So should be very easy and very fun.
Wonderful.
Last year we had a really fun spa day. So that was a nice fundraiser that raised, I think we netted out maybe $2,600, I think, on that one.
I think it was about that, yes.
Completely making that up. But that was really, really fun. So hopefully if we can get to where we can do in-person things again, then we'll definitely do that spa day again, because that was a lot of fun where everyone did facials or massages or whatever. So, so that was a good time. And how much more time do we have, Ashley?
You got to go till 6:30.
Are you serious?
I'm Period.
That's like 15 more minutes or 18 more minutes.
We're supposed to chat from 6 to 6:15.
Okay, well, y'all can ask me questions then.
I was going to ask you, what are all the different trades that you have worked with? So you've worked with, obviously, traffic. Have you helped women in electrical construction? Is it only admin? Is it field people? What are the different trades that the PD&E committee tried to raise money for scholarships, and what kind of things do they do?
Okay, well, I would say that, we're interested, NAWIC in general is interested in helping anybody that's, connected to construction. So of course you're going to have, project managers, you're going to have administrative staff, you're going to have, business owners. My background was a business owner, so I started a company in '98, and we were in traffic safety. And of course, in my role, I did everything: estimating, purchasing, field work, procurement, all of that kind of stuff. So I think NAWIC, one of the nice things about it in general is it just really attracts people from all different, I guess would say, walks of life in the construction industry. So we have vertical or horizontal. Vertical, of course, is anything that grows up out of the ground. So buildings, skyscrapers, apartments, anything like that. And the horizontal, which is what I was primarily involved in with my business, is, roads, bridges. I guess airports would be both vertical and horizontal. It just depends which part of the project you're involved with. So that's one of the nice things with NAWIC. So I think you guys could maybe speak to some of the certification courses that you guys have done. I know there's like a bookkeeper course, and there's a construction technician course. Is that the CIT?
Yep.
So I think there's 5 courses altogether that NAWIC puts together. It's a national program that they have developed, and anyone in the chapter is welcome to go through the course, take the test, and then you get cool little letters behind your name that hopefully help propel you in your career so you can advance not only professionally but also with monetarily as well in your individual company.
So Ashley's showing the certified bookkeeping technician. So Ashley and I both got those. And I wish they would rename it to construction bookkeeping technician, just because I get asked what's the CBT stand for. But there's also construction industry technician, construction industry specialist. There's the estimating.
Construction document technician.
Yep. And then I'm missing one.
Mm-hmm.
5 of them.
And I think we had, like you were saying, Andrea, that we've had more people in the last year. I think Nicole said this too, in the last year or two, that have started taking these courses, which I think would be fantastic. I'd love at some point to get our chapter to be, the highest percentage of members having gone through and taken these courses of any other chapter in the country. I think that'd be a really cool goal to set.
I think so too. Ashley, can you get to the email that was our installation brochure that we emailed out? Because it has, I think we have 6 women who took it so far in our chapter. And also, National Convention always offers at least one of the certifications that you can take as well if you go to National Convention.
So I did want to say this about the test. The courses. So I am a project coordinator and recently in project accounting. So I knew stuff about GL codes, phases, cost types. I knew that stuff. I did not know how it played in the general ledger. I did not know how that worked. I just knew that if I went and purchased office supplies, I needed to code it to this certain thing, and then people behind the scenes would do the magic. And so these courses really helped me see what the other side of those jobs were doing. So I got to see what the controller is having to look at, how accounts receivable is applying those payments there's so many things that I learned, even though I'm in this trade or in this position. So these courses do help you learn even more about your own job, which can help you progress in your career as well.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to see.
So let me ask about what kind of fundraisers do we do besides the spa thing to raise money just for this professional development and scholarships?
I think last year we also did a silent auction during WIC Week. So people would donate items or handbags or whatever. And we did an auction like that. We really can do anything that we can think of. I want to say that Kayla before had done like I don't know if it was a social or if it was a fundraiser, some kind of like Boots on Broadway. I know you guys did that for your regional, but I think she did some other kind of, or was planning to do some other kind of fundraiser like that, or like a pub crawl kind of deal down on Broadway years ago. But
Yeah, that was one of them.
yeah, last year when I got involved with this committee, I think the only fundraisers that we did was the silent auction for WIC Week and the spa day, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So I think as a new member, like I'm not sure that I really understood that some of those things were for raising money for scholarships, et cetera. So I think we need to do a better job advertising that, even though I think it was way up in Mount Juliet. So for me to drive an hour and 15 minutes, but if you convinced me I needed to be there because it was for the scholarships, I probably would make a better effort.
Yeah, the spa day last year was in Brentwood or someplace right around there. But to your point, Kim, we have members from all over the place around Nashville. So it would be ideal to have maybe if we can do multiple events and have one, try to space them out. So like one on the south side of Nashville, one on the north side of Nashville. It might help with participation for sure. That's a really good point. Good comment.
Really great points.